The Force is light and full of shadows. Slave quarters, Mos Espa, Tatooine, deep night. Twin moons cast pale light through cracks in durastial walls. A small boy lies on a sleeping mat, 9 years old, blonde hair matted with sweat, breathing shallow. Anakin Skywalker's eyes snap open. He gasps, not the gasp of waking from nightmare, the gasp of drowning. His hands fly to his throat, small hands, flesh, all 10 fingers. He can feel them. He stares at his palms in the moonlight, turns them over. No scars, no cybernetics, no black leather gloves. The respirator. Where is the respirator? He tries to breathe and air, just air, flowing freely into lungs that work. No hiss click, no mask, no pressure seal cutting into ruined flesh. Panic floods him. His chest heaves. Too easy. Breathing is too easy. Then the memories hit. Mustafar. Lava rivers burning. Obi-Wan's face twisted in anguish. You were my brother Anakin. I loved you. The operating table. Surgical droids. The mask descending. Click. Hiss. The first breath in the suit. The realization that this is forever. Padmé. Lying on white sheets. Eyes closing. There's still good in him. I know there's still. 23 years. The Emperor's throne room. The cold. The isolation. The endless suffocating darkness. Luke. His son. I won't fight you, father. The lightning. Palpatine's cackling. The choice. Grabbing the Emperor. Falling. The mask coming off. Seeing his son's face with his own eyes. Once. Just once. You were right about me. Tell your sister. You were right. All of it. Crashing into a 9-year-old's mind like a star destroyer into a moon. Anakin rolls off the mat, hits the floor on hands and knees, tries to scream, but Vader's discipline clamps down. Vader never screamed. Vader became the silence. He kneels there, shaking, small body, ancient soul. Through the thin wall, he senses her, his mother, Shmi Skywalker, sleeping in the next room, alive, here, real, not a memory, not a ghost. Not the vision he carried for 23 years of her dying in the Tusken camp, unrevenged for years, unavenged until rage consumed him. She's alive. The realization breaks something in him. He buries his face in his hands and makes no sound at all as tears stream through his fingers. After a long time he stands. His legs are steady. This body knows how to stand, knows how to walk without servos and hydraulics. He reaches out with the Force. It explodes through him like a supernova. In the suit, the Force was a corrupted, diminished thing, filtered through pain and machinery. A river forced through a cracked pipe. This is an ocean, pure, vast, limitless. He's the chosen one again. 20,000 midichlorians, the Virgence, the prophecy made flesh. But now he carries Vader's knowledge, Vader's discipline, Vader's understanding of what the Force truly is when you strip away Jedi lies and Sith corruption. He lifts his hand, points at a small tool on his workbench across the room. It flies to his palm, perfectly, silently, precisely. He closes his fist around it, feels the metal, feels the weight, real. He sets the tool down, walks to the small cracked mirror on the wall. A child looks back, blonde hair, blue eyes, unburned face, no scars, no yellow corruption in the iris. Anakin Skywalker. 9 years old, slave. But behind those eyes, Darth Vader, 45 years old, dead. What am I? He whispers. The Force doesn't answer. It never answers, it only shows him what already is. He looks down at his hands again, flexes them. The left hand, the one that was mechanical for 23 years. It's flesh, warm, alive. He remembers Padmé, remembers choking her, remembers her falling, remembers Luke, remembers the throne room, remembers choosing, finally, after everything, to save his son. And he remembers what the Emperor told him. In your anger, you killed her. He never knew if that was true. Never knew if Padmé died from his Force choke, or from heartbreak, or from childbirth. The Emperor lied about everything, but the doubt lived in Vader's heart for 23 years. The not knowing was worse than knowing. Here, Now. She's alive. Senator Amidala, 14 years old, on Naboo, facing the Trade Federation invasion. And he can save her, can save everyone, can rewrite every mistake. But first, he looks at the door to his mother's room. First his mother. He moves to his workbench, sits, pulls out droid components, pretends to tinker. His hands are shaking. He's 9 years old and he's about to perform bomb disposal surgery on himself and his mother using only the Force. One mistake and the slave chips detonate. One mistake and he dies. One mistake and Shmi dies. Vader never made mistakes with the Force. Vader's telekinesis was surgical, precise. He could crush a throat from across a room or adjust the life support in his suit without triggering any alarms. But Vader had decades of practice. Anakin has 9 years of instinct and 23 years of memories that don't quite fit this body. He breathes, centers himself. The chip. He needs to find his chip first. He extends his awareness inward, into his own flesh. Searching. The Force flows through his body like light through water. He feels his heartbeat, his lungs, his spine. There. Lower spine. Small. Metal. Transmitter on one side. Explosive on the other, wires connecting them to a detonator mechanism. He maps it, every component, every connection, the way Vader used to map the machinery in his suit before making repairs. The explosive is simple. Basic thermal charge, not sophisticated, just lethal. The detonator is proximity-based. If the chip moves beyond range of Watto's transmitter, boom. But there's a flaw. There's always a flaw. The detonator and the explosive are separate systems connected by a trigger wire. If he can disable the trigger first, the explosive becomes inert. He focuses, narrows his awareness to just that chip, just those components. His hand hovers over his lower back, not touching, just feeling through the Force. He finds the trigger wire, microscopically thin, less than a hair's width. He applies pressure. Through the Force. Gentle. Precise, like pinching a wire between invisible fingers. The wire resists. He increases pressure. Slowly, molecule by molecule. It takes an hour. His hand cramps. Sweat drips down his face. He doesn't move. Doesn't blink. The wire separates. The trigger is disabled. Now the explosive. He can't remove it. That would require surgery. But he can neutralize it. He focuses on the thermal charge. Feels its structure, the chemical bonds holding the explosive compound together. He begins to disrupt them, carefully, systematically, breaking molecular bonds one at a time. It takes another hour. When he's done, the explosive is just inert powder, harmless. Finally, the transmitter. He crushes it. Simple, quick. The chip is dead metal in his spine, no signal, no explosive, just dead. Anakin nearly collapses. He catches himself on the workbench, breathing hard. Vader knew how to push through pain. Vader spent 23 years in agony. This is nothing. He stands, walks to his mother's room on unsteady legs. Shmi sleeps on her mat. Peaceful, unaware. Anakin kneels beside her. His hand hovers over her shoulder. This is harder. He can't feel her chip the way he felt his own. He's working blind, probing through flesh he can't sense from the inside. One mistake and she dies. He closes his eyes, reaches out through the Force. There, her chip, in her shoulder. Same design, same vulnerability. He works slower this time, more careful. Can't rush, can't risk it. The trigger wire, he finds it, separates it. One molecule at a time. Shmi shifts in her sleep. Anakin freezes. Waits, she settles. He continues. The explosive, neutralizing it, bond by bond, the transmitter, crushing it. Hours pass. The twin suns begin to rise outside. Light creeps through the cracks in the walls. He finishes. The chip is dead. Anakin sits back, exhausted. His whole body trembles. She looks at him, confused. Ani? What are you doing? He holds up 2 small pieces of metal, the crushed transmitters, retrieved through the Force. We're free, Mom. She sits up, stares at the metal pieces, doesn't understand. He opens his hand fully, shows her the mangled circuitry. The chips, the slave chips, they're dead. Watto can't track us. Can't detonate us. We're free. Shmi's face goes pale. How? I had a dream. His voice is quiet, controlled. I dreamed of who I could become. And I decided to be someone else. She reaches out, touches his face. What did you dream, Ani? He looks at her. 9 years old, carrying 45 years of sin. I dreamed I became a monster. I dreamed I hurt everyone I loved. I dreamed I burned. He takes her hand. So I woke up and chose to be better. Shmi pulls him into her arms, holds him tight. He lets her. For a moment, he's just a child. Just her son. Then Vader's discipline returns. He pulls back gently. We have to leave. Today. Before Watto realizes the chips are dead. Leave? Where? Anywhere. Everywhere. Away from here. He stands, starts gathering their few possessions. I have a plan, but we need to move fast. That day, Watto discovers his transmitter signals are dead. The Toydarian rages through his shop, smashing things, screaming, Skywalker, Skywalker, get here now. No response. He flies to their quarters. Empty. Gone. His slaves are gone. Watto's face turns purple. He grabs his comlink, starts calling other slavers, offering rewards. Descriptions. But Anakin and Shmi are already gone, hiding in an abandoned moisture farm on the outskirts of Mos Espa. Anakin stands in the doorway, looking out at the dune sea, feeling the Force flow through everything. Somewhere on Naboo, the Trade Federation is blockading the planet. Queen Amidala is escaping. Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi are protecting her. Their ship is damaged. They'll need to land somewhere for repairs. In the original timeline, they landed here, on Tatooine, and Qui-Gon found him. But Anakin doesn't need to be found anymore. He's already free. Somewhere on Coruscant, Senator Palpatine is manipulating the Senate, planning his rise, setting the galaxy on fire. Somewhere in the Outer Rim, Count Dooku is growing disillusioned with the Jedi Order, ready to fall. Somewhere in the Force, the future is changing, shifting, becoming uncertain. The prophecy said the Chosen One would bring balance. It never said how. Anakin looks at his hands. Small, flesh, unburned. Let them come, he whispers. I am the balance, and I am free. 3 days later, Watto's junk shop. Midday, the Tatooine heat is brutal. The air shimmers. The door opens. A child walks in. Watto looks up from his workbench. His face goes from annoyance to shock to rage in 2 seconds. You escaped. You think you can just walk back in here? Anakin stands in the doorway, calm, 9 years old but standing like a man who's commanded Star Destroyers. Hello, Watto. The Toydarian lunges for the blaster under his counter. It flies into Anakin's hand before Watto's fingers touch it. The child hasn't moved, hasn't even raised his arm. The blaster just appears in his palm. Watto freezes, stares. Anakin sets the blaster on a shelf, out of reach. Sit down. How did you? You're not a... The Jedi don't. Sit. Down. The Force wraps around Watto's mind like a vice. Not a gentle Jedi mind trick. A Vader mind trick. Invasive. Brutal. Absolute. Watto's wings stop fluttering. He lowers to his stool. Sits. Anakin walks closer. His footsteps are silent on the sand-covered floor. You enslaved me. You enslaved my mother. You put bombs in our bodies and called us property. Watto tries to speak. Can't. The Force holds his throat. I'm going to show you something. Anakin's eyes are cold, blue. But there's something behind them. Something ancient and terrible. He extends his hand toward Watto's head. The Force crashes into the Toydarian's mind, and Anakin makes him feel it. All of it. The slave chip. The explosive. The constant fear of moving too far. Of disobeying. Of dying for being property. The hunger. The beatings. The casual cruelty. The being bought and sold like droid parts. Watto screams. Anakin makes him feel it from the slave's perspective. Makes him experience his own cruelty through Shmi's eyes. Through Anakin's eyes, through every slave he's ever owned. The Toydarian thrashes. Tears stream down his face. He tries to escape, but the Force holds him. After a minute, Anakin releases him. Watto collapses, sobbing, shaking. Anakin pulls out a datapad, sets it on the counter. You will transfer all your assets to this datapad, the shop, your credits, your ship, everything. Watto nods, hands trembling as he works the controls. You will free every slave you own. Use the deactivator wand. Free them properly. Watto nods again. Can't speak. Can't look up. You will leave Tatooine tonight. You will never return if you disobey. Anakin's voice drops to a whisper. I will find you, and I will make you wish you had never been born. Who? What are you? I'm the consequence of your actions. Anakin picks up the datapad, checks the transfers. Satisfied, he takes the deactivator wand from Watto's desk drawer, clips it to his belt. Before leaving, he turns back. Tell the other slavers what happened here. Tell them there's a ghost in the desert. Tell them he's coming for them all. He walks out into the sunlight. Watto sits in his shop, broken, staring at nothing. That night, the Toydarian packs what little he can carry and flees Tatooine. He never returns. 5 days later, night. The dune sea stretches endlessly. Stars overhead. No moons tonight. A battered freighter lands in the sand. Older model. Barely spaceworthy. But it flies. Shmi stands near the boarding ramp. Worried. Ani, this is madness. Jabba the Hutt, you can't. I'm not going to fight them, Mom. Anakin checks a small pack on his shoulder. I'm going to make them remember that the Force is real, and it's not on their side. What if they kill you? He looks at her, 9 years old, carrying eyes that have seen galaxies burn. They can't. I've already died once. I'm not afraid of it anymore. She wants to argue, but something in his voice stops her. He hugs her, quick, tight. Stay with the ship. If I'm not back in 3 days, take the ship and go to Alderaan. Find Senator Organa. Tell him Anakin Skywalker sent you. He'll help. How do you know? I just know. Trust me. He turns and walks into the desert. Shmi watches him go. Her 9-year-old son, walking toward Jabba's palace like he's done it 1,000 times. She whispers a prayer to gods she doesn't believe in. Jabba's palace rises from the desert like a carbuncle. Squat, ugly, fortified. Guards patrol the perimeter. Gamorreans, brutal, armed. A child approaches from the dunes. The guards see him. One laughs. Points. Little bantha bait. Lost kid. Anakin keeps walking. Doesn't respond. The guard who spoke goes to investigate. Crosses the sand toward the child. He gets within 10 meters. Stops. Falls to his knees. Gasping. Eyes wide. The other guards watch. Confused. Gorga? What's wrong? The kneeling guard starts whispering. Over and over. Same words. Dark. So dark. Can't breathe. Can't. He collapses. Unconscious. Still breathing but broken. The child keeps walking toward the palace. The other guards raise weapons. Nervous now, Anakin raises one hand. Doesn't stop walking. Every blaster flies out of their hands. Through the air. Into the sand behind them. The guards freeze. He walks past them. Through the main gate. Into the palace. No one stops him. Inside, the palace is alive with noise, music, laughter, gambling, the business of crime. Anakin walks through the corridors, heading for the throne room. People see him. A child, alone. They reach for him. Their hands stop, mid-motion, frozen by invisible force. He passes them like a ghost. In the throne room, Jabba the Hutt lounges on his dais, surrounded by cronies and hangers-on. Bib Fortuna, his majordomo, leans close. Great Jabba, there are reports of. A child walks through. The room falls silent. Jabba's laugh booms. Wet. Amused. He speaks in Huttese. A child? In my palace? Someone's lost brat. Anakin walks across the throne room floor. His footsteps echo. Jabba gestures. Guards remove this. Every guard in the room freezes. Can't move. Can't breathe. Held by the Force. Jabba's laughter dies. The child reaches the base of the dais. Looks up at the massive hut. When Anakin speaks, his voice carries Vader's authority. I am the emancipator. You will release every slave in this palace. You will never deal in sentient slavery again. You will spread the word to the Hutt clan." Jabba stares, then laughs again. "Jedi tricks? You're a fool, little Jedi. I'm not a Jedi." Anakin raises his hand. Jabba's massive body lifts off the dais. The Hutt chokes, grasps at his throat with stubby arms. He rises higher. Higher, dangling in midair. A ton of flesh held by nothing visible. The cronies scatter, screaming, running. Anakin holds Jabba there, suspended. Choking, "I am the balance between light and dark. I am what happens when you break the will of the innocent. I am the consequence." He releases Jabba. The Hutt crashes down onto his dais, gasping, terrified. "Obey and you remain a crime lord. Disobey and I will return with fire and vengeance. Choose." Jabba stares at this child. This impossibility, he nods. Slowly, Anakin turns, walks toward the lower levels. The throne room remains silent behind him. The dungeons stink. Sweat, fear, despair. 40 slaves in various cells and holding pens. Different species, all broken. Anakin walks through. Uses the deactivator wand he took from Watto. Deactivates chips. Opens cages. The slaves stare at him, not understanding. An older human woman speaks. Twi'lek accent. "Who are you?" "I'm no one. You're free. Go, find your families. Find freedom. Jabba will kill us. Jabba is too afraid to stop you. Go. Now." They hesitate. Then move, slowly at first, then running. Anakin watches them go. 40 souls. Saved. Not enough. Never enough. But it's a start. He walks back through the palace, out into the desert. Behind him, Jabba sits on his throne, shaking. For the first time in his long life, the Hutt is afraid. Bib Fortuna approaches carefully. "Great Jabba, what was that? Who was—" "Spread the word." Jabba's voice is hoarse. "No more sentient slaves, not in my territory. But the prophets are worthless if we're dead." Jabba's eyes are distant, haunted. That was no Jedi, that was something else. Something that should not exist. By morning, the word spreads through the Hutt networks. Something hit Jabba's palace. Not the Republic, not the Jedi, not bounty hunters. Something worse. A ghost. A child. A balance. The emancipator. Crime lords across the Outer Rim hear the whispers. Some laugh, some investigate. Those who investigate stop laughing. On Coruscant, in his Senate office, Palpatine meditates. He's been senator of Naboo for years, secretly Darth Sidious, orchestrating the Trade Federation's blockade, planning his rise. His Force visions have always been clear. Sharp, he sees the future like a chessboard, moves ahead, probabilities, outcomes. But lately, static. He opens his eyes, frowns. There's a disturbance in the Force, has been for days, growing stronger. Not the familiar dark side, not light side either. Something between, something massive and chaotic. It's coming from the Outer Rim. He reaches out, tries to identify it, classify it. The Force shows him nothing, a blank space, a void where something should be. It terrifies him more than any Jedi ever could. On Tatooine, in an abandoned moisture farm, Anakin sits on the roof. The twin suns are setting, painting the desert in shades of orange and red. Shmi climbs up, sits beside him. 40 slaves freed from Jabba. Watto's gone. The whole town is talking. Good. Let them talk. They're calling you the ghost. Let them. She's quiet for a moment. Then, what now? Anakin looks at the stars beginning to appear. Somewhere up there, Qui-Gon Jinn is escorting Queen Amidala to Coruscant. The Naboo crisis is proceeding without him. Somewhere up there, the clone army is being grown on Kamino. Inhibitor chips being installed. Order 66 being programmed. Somewhere up there, Palpatine is setting the galaxy on fire. Now we disappear. I train. I prepare. Because Palpatine is out there, and he's already set the galaxy on fire. And when the time is right, he looks at his mother. I'll be ready to stop him. How do you know all this? Because I've lived it. In my dream, I've seen what happens if I don't act. I've seen the Republic fall, the Jedi exterminated, the galaxy enslaved, and I've seen myself as the Emperor's weapon, his enforcer, his monster. Shmi touches his face. You're not a monster, Ani. Not yet. Not this time. He takes her hand. But I know what I'm capable of. I know the darkness in me. So I'm going to use it, channel it, control it, become something neither Jedi nor Sith. Become the balance. She doesn't fully understand, but she nods. They sit together as the sun set. On a nameless moon in the outer rim, Anakin will eventually establish his base, train himself, build his network. But tonight, he's just a 9-year-old boy sitting with his mother under the stars, free, for the first time in his life, both his lives, truly free. And somewhere in the Force, the future shifts, the prophecy bends. What was certain becomes uncertain. The Chosen One has chosen himself, and the galaxy will never be the same. 5 years later, 27 BBY, Sovereign Station, Corporate Sector. The station is unremarkable. A trading outpost, thousands of beings passing through daily, freighters docking, cargo changing hands, the kind of place where no one asks questions. Perfect for disappearing. A small droid repair shop on level 17. The sign reads, Skywalker Technical Services. Inside, Shmi Skywalker works at a bench. 46 years old now. Free for 5 years. Still sometimes touches her shoulder where the chip used to be, making sure it's really gone. The door chimes. A customer enters with a broken astromech. Can you fix it? Shmi smiles. My apprentice can. Ani? From the back room, a teenager emerges. 14 years old. Tall for his age, lean. Blonde hair longer now. Blue eyes that carry weight no 14-year-old should carry. Anakin Skywalker. The ghost of the Outer Rim, though no one here knows that. He examines the droid. Motivators burned out. I can have it ready by tomorrow. How much? 50 credits. The customer pays. Leaves. Anakin carries the droid to his workbench, begins disassembly. His hands move with perfect precision, muscle memory from 2 lifetimes. 9-year-old slave who could build anything. 45-year-old Sith Lord who kept himself alive through machinery in the Force. Shmi watches him work. She's watched him for 5 years. Watched him become something else. He still calls her mom. Still hugs her. Still smiles sometimes. But there's darkness in his eyes. Ancient sadness. A weight that grows heavier each year. There's news on the HoloNet, she says quietly. Another slave transport hit. Zygeria. The entire facility destroyed. 200 slaves freed. Anakin doesn't look up from his work. Good. They're saying it was the ghost. Probably. Was it you? He sets down his tools. Meets her eyes. Yes. She nods. She always knows. Has known for 5 years. Her son is the most wanted vigilante in the Outer Rim. The Hutts have a 500,000 credit bounty on him. Dead or alive, no one's collected. Anyone who gets close enough to learn the truth disappears. Night. Anakin's quarters, small, Spartan, a sleeping mat, a weapons locker, a meditation space. He sits cross-legged, eyes closed, breathing controlled. The Force flows through him. Light and dark, balanced. He's been training for 5 years, every day, every night, building what Vader knew into what Anakin can do. Lightsaber combat. He's built 3 sabers, kept hidden in the locker. Traditional Jedi style, dual phase, Shoto blade. He trains in abandoned cargo bays, level 52, where no one goes. Form V. Gem So. Vader's style. Power and precision. He's refined it. Perfected it. He can fight blindfolded now. Sensing through the Force alone. He's better than most Jedi Knights. And he's never had a formal lesson. Force abilities. He's mastered techniques from both sides. Light, healing, enhanced perception, Force valor. He can mend wounds, sense danger before it arrives, bolster the weak. Dark, Force choke, lightning, enhanced physical abilities. He can kill from across a room, channel rage into power. But he doesn't let it corrupt him. Can't. He remembers what corruption feels like. 23 years of it. He draws on darkness the way Vader did, consciously, controlled, a tool, not a master. The key is balance. Always balance. He opens his eyes, stands, walks to the window. Sovereign Station orbits a gas giant. The planet fills half the sky. Swirling storms. Beautiful. Indifferent. Somewhere out there, the galaxy is changing. Palpatine is Supreme Chancellor now. The vote of no confidence succeeded after Naboo, just like the original timeline. The Separatist movement is forming. Count Dooku is gathering systems. Though he doesn't know it, he's being manipulated by Sidious. The clone army is growing on Kamino. Millions of them. Inhibitor chips installed in every skull. The Jedi are blind, focused on the Separatist threat, missing the real danger. And Anakin, the chosen one who should have been found by Qui-Gon, is here. Anonymous. Training. Preparing. Waiting. A coded message arrives on his private terminal. He opens it. Encrypted. From one of his contacts. Former slaves he freed. They form a network now. Information. Resources. Loyalty. The message is simple. Twi'lek Transport. Ryloth System. Corporate Sector Shell Company. Heading to buyer unknown. Anakin traces the buyer's signature. Uses slicing techniques from Vader's memories. Imperial encryption protocols that don't exist yet. But he knows them. The trail leads to a Separatist cell. He digs deeper. The Separatist cell is funded by shell corporations. Layers of them. Untraceable to most. But Anakin knows Palpatine's methods. Knows his patterns. He follows the money. It leads back to Coruscant. To companies connected to the Chancellor's office. Anakin sits back, stares at the screen. The Clone Wars are about to begin. Just like before, he's been preparing for 5 years. Dismantling slaver networks, building his own resources, training his body and mind. But now it's time to move. He stands, makes a decision, walks to Shmi's room, knocks quietly. She opens the door, sees his face, knows. You're leaving. Not forever. But the galaxy is about to burn, and I'm the only one who can stop it. Where are you going? Kamino. The clone army is there. I need to fix something before it's too late. Shmi grips his hand, then stop it, and come home. He hugs her. Tight. I will. I promise. He goes to the docking bay. His ship is there. Built over 5 years. Modified freighter. Stealth capabilities. Experimental cloaking tech from Vader's memories of Imperial designs. He calls it the Shadow. He boards. Runs pre-flight. Coordinated set for Kamino. The ship lifts off. Disappears into hyperspace. Kamino. The water world. Endless ocean. Perpetual rain. Anakin's ship drops out of hyperspace. The cloaking field activates, invisible to sensors. He approaches Tipoca City, the primary cloning facility. Massive stilt structures rising from the waves. A torrential storm pounds the planet. Perfect cover. He uses the Force to cloud the Kaminoans' perceptions. A trick he learned from Palpatine's own techniques. Bending minds, making them see what he wants them to see. He docks. Emerges wearing technician's coveralls. Forged credentials. He knows the exact codes. The exact protocols. Because he remembers working with Palpatine. Remembers the Empire. Remembers everything. A Kaminoan approaches. Tall. Pale. Long neck. Inspector. We were not expecting. Surprise inspection. Standard procedure. Anakin's voice is confident. Adult. The Force carries it. Makes it believable. The Kaminoan nods. Of course. This way. They walk through sterile corridors. Everything white. Clean. Lifeless. Anakin sees them through windows. Thousands of clones. Growing. Training. Marching. His chest tightens. He remembers the Clone Wars. Remembers fighting alongside these men. Commander Cody. Captain Rex. Fives. Echo. Jesse. Hard case. He remembers Order 66. Remembers them turning on their Jedi generals. Friends becoming executioners. He remembers leading the 501st to the temple. Remembers what he made them do. His hands clench into fists. Not this time. This time he saves them. The Kaminoan leads him to a medical bay. Our chief medical officer, Nala Se, can answer technical questions. Nala Se appears. Another Kaminoan, female, precise. Inspector. What specifically are you reviewing? She shows him displays, technical specifications, the inhibitor chips. Anakin studies them, memorizes everything. Chip location, base of skull wrapped around brainstem. Programming structure, encryption. He asks technical questions. The Kaminoans answer, proud of their work. He thanks them, requests accommodation for the night. Standard procedure, extended inspection. They provide quarters. He waits. Night on Kamino. The rain never stops. Anakin leaves his quarters, moves through corridors, uses the Force to cloud perception. Guards don't see him. Cameras don't record him. He reaches the programming center. 2 Kaminoan technicians on duty. He watches, patient, waiting for an opening. 1 technician leaves. Shift break. The other remains. Working at a terminal. Anakin approaches. Silent. Uses the Force to cloud the technician's mind. The Kaminoan doesn't notice him until he's standing right there. Excuse me. Anakin's hand extends. Mind trick. Vader's version. Absolute. You need to take a break. You're very tired. The technician's eyes glaze. I need to take a break. I'm very tired. Go rest. I'll cover your station. The technician leaves. Anakin sits at the terminal, fingers moving across the interface. Fast. Precise. Security protocols. Encryption. Layers of protection. But he knows this architecture. Vader rebuilt these systems after the Empire took control. He knows the back doors, the vulnerabilities. He accesses the chip programming database. There. Order 66. Protocol 66. Upon voice command, execute Order 66, authenticated to biometric profile PAL, PATINE, SHEEV, 001. All units will terminate Jedi targets without hesitation or question. Protocol override. Absolute. Cannot be countermanded. Anakin stares at it. This code, this single command, would have killed thousands. The entire Jedi Order. He deletes it. No, not deletes. That would flag as missing. He rewrites it, Protocol 66. Upon voice command, execute Order 66. Authenticated to biometric profile PAL, PAT, INE, SHEEV, 001. All units will stand down and await further orders. A null function. Harmless. Palpatine gives the command and nothing happens. But that's not enough. He needs to update existing chips. Clones already grown, already deployed. He finds the firmware broadcast system, used for updating clone conditioning remotely. He uploads the modified code, sets it to transmit across all Kamino networks. Every clone in gestation, every clone in training, every clone already serving. The transmission begins, propagating through millions of chips across the facility, across the galaxy. It will take hours for full saturation, but after that, Order 66 will be dead. Anakin erases his access logs, covers his tracks, leaves carefully planted false evidence. A virus. The Kaminoans will think it was system corruption. He stands from the terminal. The Kaminoan technician returns from break. Sees Anakin leaving. Who are you? You've been working alone all night. You were never here. I've been working alone all night. Anakin walks away, into the rain-soaked corridors. A sound behind him. Footsteps. Fast. He turns. Jango Fett. The template. Mandalorian armor. Blasters drawn. You're not an inspector. Anakin doesn't move. No. Who are you? Someone fixing a mistake before it happens. Jango fires. Anakin's hand moves. The Force deflects the bolts. They splash harmlessly against the wall. Jango's eyes widen behind his helmet. He fires again. Full barrage. Anakin redirects every shot. Doesn't even step back. You can't win this fight, Anakin says quietly. Jango drops the blasters, goes for melee, rushes forward. Fast, skilled, one of the best fighters in the galaxy. But Anakin is Vader. He sidesteps, uses the Force to pin Jango against the wall, not choking. Jango struggles, Can't break free. Anakin walks close, looks at the helmet, at his own face reflected in the visor. The Republic is about to use you to create slaves, soldiers with bombs in their brains. I'm making sure they become free men instead. Don't try to stop me. Who are you? I'm the ghost. And you'll be seeing a lot more of me. Anakin releases him, walks away. Jango doesn't follow. Anakin returns to his ship, takes off. The cloaking field engages. Behind him, the Kaminoans discover the virus. They work to repair it, don't realize the fundamental changes. The chips are neutered. Order 66 is dead, and no one knows. 6 months later, the galaxy is changed. Palpatine is still Supreme Chancellor. The Separatist crisis is escalating. The Jedi are investigating. Obi-Wan Kenobi tracked an assassination attempt on Senator Amidala to Kamino. Discovered the clone army. The Jedi Council is debating what to do with this army. Who commissioned it? Why? Master Yoda senses something wrong. The clones feel different than expected. Free will. Personality. Not mindless soldiers. But the crisis is urgent. The Separatists are gathering on Geonosis. The Jedi mobilize. Obi-Wan is captured on Geonosis, sentenced to execution in the arena. Padmé Amidala goes to rescue him. She's captured too. The Jedi send a strike team. Mace Windu leads 200 Jedi to Geonosis, and Master Yoda goes to Kamino to take command of the clone army. But when he arrives, the clones are already loaded on gunships, already in formation. A hologram message is waiting. Unsigned, the army is ready, Master Yoda, but they will not be slaves. Yoda stares at the message, troubled. Who sent this? Who has authority over the clones? But there's no time. Obi-Wan is in danger. The Jedi are outnumbered on Geonosis. He takes command. The clone army launches. During the flight to Geonosis, something happens. The inhibitor chips activate, as programmed. By Anakin, but instead of forcing obedience, they grant clarity. Clone Commander Cody feels it first. A rush of awareness. Like waking from a dream. He looks at his brothers. The identical faces. The identical armor. Why do we fight? He asks. Clone Captain Rex, designation CT, 7567, answers. Because someone needs to. And we're damn good at it. Cody nods slowly. We're not slaves. We're soldiers, by choice. The clones look at each other, understanding dawning. They're free. For the first time. Free to choose. And they choose to fight. Not because they're ordered, because it's right. The Jedi need help. The Republic needs defending. They'll do it. Because they choose to. Geonosis. The arena. Obi-Wan and Padmé are chained to pillars, awaiting execution. Count Dooku watches from his viewing box. Elegant. Aristocratic. 70 years old. Recently turned to the dark side after years of disillusionment. The beasts are released. Reek, Nexu, Acklay. Padmé fights her chains. Obi-Wan uses the Force to evade. Then, the Jedi arrive. 200 lightsabers ignite. The arena erupts in combat. Battle droids swarm from all sides. The Jedi are surrounded. They fight, brilliantly, but they're outnumbered. One by one they fall. Mace Windu stands in the center, surrounded by the remaining Jedi. Maybe 30 left. Count Dooku rises in his box. Surrender, and your lives will be spared. Mace ignites his purple blade. We will not be hostages. Dooku sighs. So be it. He gives the signal. The droids advance. Then, gunships, dozens of them, descending from the sky. Clone troopers emerge, firing, covering the Jedi. The battle shifts, but high above the arena, on a rocky outcropping, someone else watches. A stealth ship, cloaked, invisible. Inside, Anakin Skywalker observes, 14 years old, wearing combat armor, hood up, face shadowed. He sees Padmé fighting, sees her survive the Nexu, sees her rescued by the Jedi. Every instinct screams to go to her, protect her, save her. But Vader's discipline holds. Not yet, not yet. He uses the Force subtly, makes droids miss, makes creatures hesitate, keeps her alive without revealing himself. The clone army arrives. The battle spreads across Geonosis. Anakin has a different objective. He pilots his ship low, lands near the Separatist command center, uses stealth to approach. The facility is guarded, but guards don't see ghosts. He infiltrates. Silent, invisible through the Force. Inside, he plants explosives in the droid foundries, sets timers. He accesses the Separatist database, downloads everything. Fleet locations, base coordinates, leader identities, supply routes. All of it. Stolen. He sabotages the communication network, severs connections between Separatist forces. Then he senses it. A presence. Powerful. Dark. Someone's coming. The door opens. Count Dooku enters. Elegant robes. Curved lightsaber at his belt. He sees Anakin at the terminal. A teenage boy. Hooded. You're not a Jedi. Anakin turns. Calm. No, I'm not. Dooku's hand moves to his saber. A Sith apprentice, Sidious I presume, sent you. Wrong again. Anakin ignites his lightsaber. Blue blade. Traditional Jedi design. But the way he holds it. Form V. Gem So. Power stance. I'm the balance, and you, Count, are a pawn. Dooku ignites his own saber. Red blade. Curved hilt. Form 2. Makashi. The duelists form, they clash. This is not a fair fight. Dooku is skilled, elegant, precise. Form 2 mastery. Decades of experience. But Anakin has Vader's knowledge, has fought the greatest duelists in the galaxy. Dooku himself, Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, Luke, has fought for decades in a body broken by Mustafar. Learned to compensate, to use economy of motion. Perfect technique. Now he has an uninjured body. Young, fast, strong. He's terrifying. Dooku attacks with Makashi precision, blade moving in elegant arcs. Minimal wasted motion. Anakin counters with Gem So power, each strike carrying overwhelming force. Breaking through Dooku's defense, within 30 seconds Dooku realizes he's outmatched. Within a minute he's desperate. Within 2 minutes Anakin disarms him. Literally. His blade cuts through Dooku's right wrist. The hand falls, still gripping the lightsaber. Dooku collapses, staring in shock at the stump. Anakin stands over him, blade at his throat. Dooku gasps, "You could be powerful. Join us. Join the Sith." I was a Sith Lord. It made me a slave. I choose freedom. Then kill me. No. Anakin deactivates his saber. You're going to deliver a message to your master. He leans close. Whispers. Tell Sidious that the Chosen One remembers. Tell him that Anakin Skywalker is free. Tell him that the future he saw is dead. And tell him, I'm coming for him. Who? What are you? I'm the ghost of the Outer Rim, and I'm the end of your war. Anakin leaves. Dooku lies there, bleeding, broken. The explosives detonate. The foundries explode. The command center collapses. Anakin's ship takes off. Cloaked. Vanishing, the Jedi and clones overrun the facility. Find Dooku wounded. Capture him. But they're confused. Who sabotaged the foundries? Who maimed Dooku? Clone Commander Cody reports to Yoda, Sir, during the battle someone sabotaged the Separatist command center. Wasn't us. Reaches out through the Force, he senses a presence. Powerful. Ancient. But also young. A paradox. Help us. Someone did. But who, I cannot say. Mace Windu approaches. A rogue Force user? Perhaps. Or perhaps something the Force itself sent. The battle ends. The Jedi win. Partially. The Clone Wars have begun. But they've begun differently. The clones have free will. Order 66 is dead. Dooku is captured and maimed. And somewhere, flying through hyperspace, the Chosen One smiles. Coruscant. Chancellor's office. Palpatine sits alone. Meditating. A hologram appears. Dooku. Recovering in a medical facility. His right hand is gone. Master, I failed. The boy, he called himself Anakin Skywalker. Palpatine goes very still. That name. The boy from Tatooine. The virgins. The one the Jedi were supposed to find. Impossible. That name. It's from the prophecy. The chosen one. He was powerful beyond measure, fought like he'd been training for decades, and he knew about you, called you Sidious. Palpatine's face remains calm, but his hands grip the armrests of his chair. Describe him. Young. Maybe 14, 15. But his eyes, they were old, ancient, like he'd lived lifetimes. The anomaly. The disturbance in the Force that's been clouding Palpatine's visions for 5 years. It's the chosen one, and he's already an enemy. Palpatine dismisses the hologram, sits in darkness. This changes everything. The clone army is compromised. Order 66 failed when he tested it secretly. The chips don't respond. The Separatists are in disarray without Dooku's leadership. And now there's a powerful Force user who knows his identity. Knows his plans. For the first time in decades, Palpatine feels uncertain. He opens a communication channel, encrypted, to his contingency assets. I want intelligence on Anakin Skywalker. Everything, where he came from, where he is, what he wants. Find him. He pauses, and prepare to eliminate him. Sovereign Station. Anakin returns. Shmi is waiting in the shop. She sees his face. Knows. Did you succeed? I saved an army of slaves from being forced to kill their friends, but the war is still coming. I've only bought us time. She hugs him. Then we'll use that time. The HoloNet reports flash across screens throughout the station. Separatist crisis escalates. Republic mobilizes military response. Clone army revealed. Jedi take command. Battle of Geonosis. Republic victory. Clone wars begin. Anakin watches the reports. Sees images of clone troopers. Sees Jedi leading them into battle. In another timeline, this was the beginning of the end. The Jedi's doom. In this timeline, the clones are free. Order 66 is dead. The Jedi don't know it yet, but they've been saved. For now. But the war is still coming. Palpatine is still out there. Still manipulating. Anakin clenches his fists. Palpatine wanted to use me to destroy the Jedi. Instead, I'm going to use his own plan to destroy him. 14 years old, carrying the weight of 2 lifetimes. When? Soon. When the time is right. When I'm ready. He walks to the window, looks out at the stars. Out there, the Clone Wars are beginning. Jedi are leading armies. Clones are fighting. Separatists are rallying. And in the shadows, a ghost prepares. The balance is coming, and Palpatine has no idea what's heading toward him. 6 months into the Clone Wars, the galaxy burns. Separatist and Republic forces clash on 100 worlds. Jedi lead clone armies. Battle droids march under Separatist banners. But it's different from the original timeline. The clones question orders, show initiative, act like individuals instead of programmed soldiers. Jedi generals are baffled but grateful. The clones are more effective because they think. Palpatine is frustrated. The war isn't proceeding as planned. Too chaotic. Too unpredictable. And Order 66 still doesn't work. He's tested it twice more. The chips don't respond. Something is wrong. Someone interfered. On Sovereign Station, Anakin monitors Republic communications, encrypted channels, military frequencies. He's built an intelligence network over 6 months. Freed slaves across the Outer Rim. Former captives who owe him their lives. They feed him information, resources, loyalty. He's coordinated sabotage operations from the shadows. Separatist supply lines destroyed. Droid factories crippled. Always anonymous. Always invisible. The Ghost. A coded transmission comes through. Republic distress call. Encrypted. Anakin decrypts it. Jabim. Separatist superweapon. Republic strike team pinned down. Requesting extraction. He reads the personnel list. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Jedi Master. The man who would have been his teacher. Qui-Gon Jinn. Jedi Master. The man who was supposed to find him. Senator Padmé Amidala. Diplomatic mission. Securing local support. His wife. The mother of his children. The woman he killed. All 3. Trapped. Dying. Anakin stares at the transmission. For 6 months he's stayed hidden. Worked from the shadows. Never revealed himself to the Jedi. But this, he can't. He can't let them die. He makes a decision. Shmi finds him in the docking bay, preparing his ship. Ani? I have to go. There are people who need help. She sees his face. Knows. The Jedi. Yes. You're going to reveal yourself. I don't have a choice. If I don't go, they die. And if they die, his voice breaks. I can't. Not again. Shmi hugs him. Then go. Save them. He boards the shadow. Launches. Hyperspace coordinates locked for Jabim. Jabim. Storm-racked world. Perpetual rain. Mud everywhere. The Separatists have a gravity weapon here. Prototype. Could destroy entire fleets. The Republic sent a strike team to destroy it. Obi-Wan. Qui-Gon. Padmé with her security detail. They succeeded. Planted charges. Set timers. But Separatist reinforcements arrived. Cut them off. Pinned them down in the ruins of an old fortress. Obi-Wan crouches behind rubble. Deflecting blaster fire. Master Qui-Gon, we're surrounded. Qui-Gon is beside him. Older now. Gray in his beard. But still powerful. Still calm. Patience, Obi-Wan. Help will come. From where? The nearest Republic forces are hours away. Padmé fires her blaster. Precise shots. She's 20 years old now. Senator. Warrior. Leader. We hold as long as we can. Battle droids advance. Hundreds of them. Closing in. The Jedi fight. Brilliant. Desperate. But they're outnumbered. Then, a ship drops through the storm. Sleek. Cloaked. It appears from nowhere. Lands near the fortress. The boarding ramp extends. A figure emerges. Wearing combat armor. Hood up. Face shadowed. A lightsaber ignites. Blue blade. The figure moves. Fast. Impossibly fast. Form V combat. Gem so. Power and precision. Every strike devastating. Battle droids explode. Cut in half. Crushed by the Force. The figure doesn't slow. Doesn't hesitate. Carves through the Separatist forces like they're made of paper. Padmé stares. Who? The figure reaches their position. Uses the Force to deflect incoming fire. Get to your ship. I'll cover you. The voice. Young. Male. Commanding. Qui-Gon stands. We're not leaving without. The figure Force pushes them toward their transport. Gentle but irresistible. Go. Obi-Wan wants to argue, but Qui-Gon grabs his arm. Move, now. They run. The security detail follows. Padmé looks back once, sees the hooded figure standing alone against an army. Then they're aboard their transport, lifting off. The figure remains, fighting. Battle droids swarm. He destroys them. Dozens, hundreds. Then he runs, not retreating, advancing, toward the Separatist base. Obi-Wan watches from the transport viewport. That technique, it's masterful. Form 5. But he's so young. Qui-Gon's eyes narrow. I sense something. Something familiar. The hooded figure reaches the base. The gravity weapon. The charges are already set. But General Grievous emerges. 4-armed cyborg. 4 lightsabers ignite. The figure doesn't hesitate. Engages. Grievous attacks with all 4 blades. Spinning. Overwhelming offense. The figure fights him off with 1 saber. Uses the Force to keep Grievous off balance. It's brutal. Fast. Grievous is a killing machine. But the figure is Vader. He destroys 2 of Grievous's arms. Cuts them off at the elbow joints. Grievous roars. Retreats into the base. The charges detonate. The base explodes. The gravity weapon is destroyed. The figure escapes. Runs. Leaps. The Force carries him across impossible distances. He reaches his ship. Takes off. The Jedi transport follows, trying to catch him. Hail that ship. Obi-Wan orders. They do. The cloaked ship responds. Unknown vessel. Identify yourself. You're safe now. Qui-Gon steps forward. We don't abandon those who fight beside us. Land your ship. Come aboard. Let us thank you properly. Silence, then. Coordinates attached. I'll meet you there. The transmission ends. Republic cruiser. Conference room. Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, and Padmé wait. The door opens. A teenage boy enters. 15 years old. Tall, lean, blonde hair, blue eyes. He's removed the hood, wearing simple combat armor. lightsaber at his belt. Padmé sees him first. Something in her chest tightens. The Force connecting them, though she doesn't know why. "Who are you?" she asks. Qui-Gon stares. He senses something. Power. Vast power. And something else. Familiarity. Obi-Wan speaks. "You're the ghost. The one who freed slaves across the Outer Rim." The boy nods. "I am. You're strong in the Force. Where did you train?" "I trained myself. I had a mentor of sorts, in visions." Qui-Gon steps closer. "Visions of the future. Of what could happen if I don't stop it." Obi-Wan frowns. "You fight like you've been training for decades. But you're barely, 16? 15. And experience isn't always about time. It's about what you've learned." Qui-Gon's eyes narrow. "You fight like a Jedi, but you don't act like one." "That's because I'm not. I'm not a Sith either. I'm the balance." Padmé feels drawn to him. Can't explain it. "Why do you help us? The Republic, I mean." The boy looks at her. His eyes carry weight no 15-year-old should carry. "Because I've seen what happens if I don't. I've seen a galaxy enslaved. I've seen the Republic fall. I've seen people I care about die." "You talk like you've lived it." "In a way, I have." Qui-Gon presses. "What's your name?" The boy hesitates, then speaks quietly. "Anakin. Anakin Skywalker." Qui-Gon goes pale. "Skywalker, from Tatooine. You remember. I sensed you, 5 years ago during the Naboo crisis. A powerful presence, but I never... How? You were supposed to find me, train me, but I freed myself first. I couldn't wait for the Jedi to save me, so I saved myself." Qui-Gon sits down slowly, stunned. The chosen one. The prophecy. Obi-Wan looks between them. "Master, I sensed him on Tatooine. A vergence in the Force, but we left before I could investigate. I thought..." Qui-Gon's voice is quiet. "I thought I'd failed. That I'd missed the chosen one." Anakin shakes his head. "You didn't fail. The Force had a different path for me." Padmé speaks. "You said you've seen the future. What did you see?" Anakin looks at her, sees Padmé at 20, sees her at 24 dying on a medical table. "I saw the Sith win. I saw the Jedi exterminated. I saw the Republic become an empire." Obi-Wan's hand moves toward his lightsaber. "That's impossible. The Sith are manipulating this war. Count Dooku is a Sith Lord. His master is someone in the Republic, someone close to power." Qui-Gon leans forward. "How do you know this?" "Because I've seen the pattern. Because I know how Sith operate. Because I was once close to darkness." Padmé's intuition speaks. She trusts it. Always has. "I believe him." Everyone looks at her. I don't know why, but I do. He's telling the truth. Or at least, his truth. Anakin meets her eyes. "Thank you, Senator." The Force hums between them. Recognition. Connection. Qui-Gon stands. "The Council would welcome you. You're strong in the Force. You could be trained properly." "I don't need training. I need the Jedi to wake up. The Sith are here, now. And the Jedi are blind to it." Obi-Wan's voice is sharp. "That's a serious accusation." "It's the truth. And if you don't act soon, you'll all die." Silence. Qui-Gon speaks carefully. "Will you come to Coruscant? Speak to the Council?" "No. I can help you more from the shadows. The Sith don't know who I am yet. That's my advantage. Will we see you again? When the time is right. When Palpatine reveals himself." Obi-Wan's eyes widen. "Palpatine, the Chancellor. Watch him closely." Anakin turns to leave. Stops. Looks back at Padmé. "Stay safe, Senator. The galaxy needs you." Padmé steps forward. "Will you tell me your story someday? The real one?" Anakin smiles sadly. "Someday, when the war is over." He leaves. The door closes behind him. Qui-Gon stands in silence, processing. Padmé touches her chest, where her heart is racing. "I felt something when he looked at me." Obi-Wan paces. A rogue Force user claiming the Chancellor is a Sith Lord. It's madness. Is it? Qui-Gon's voice is quiet. "I sensed no deception. And his power, it's unlike anything I've felt." We report to the council, and we watch Palpatine. Carefully. On Coruscant, Qui-Gon reports to the council. 12 masters assembled. Mace Windu presides. Yoda sits opposite. A rogue Force user claiming the Chancellor is a Sith Lord? Mace's voice is skeptical. Preposterous. I sensed no deception, Qui-Gon insists. And his power is extraordinary. Yoda closes his eyes. The chosen one he may be, but his path clouded it is. Should we investigate Palpatine? Mace frowns. On the word of an unknown vigilante, that could create a political disaster. Yoda taps his gimmer stick. Cautious we must be, but vigilant also. Watch the Chancellor, we will. Quietly. In his office, Palpatine meditates. He senses Anakin's meeting with the Jedi, senses the disturbance. Skywalker, the one who should have been mine, now turned against me. He makes a decision, opens a communication channel. Dooku, send our new apprentice. Send Ventress. Tell her bring me Skywalker, alive if possible, dead if necessary. Asajj Ventress, dark side assassin, Dooku's apprentice. After Geonosis, where Anakin maimed Dooku, she's been trained specifically for this, hunting Force users. Pale skin, bald head, dual red lightsabers, rage and ambition in equal measure. She's obsessed with proving herself. Killing the ghost would cement her place as Dooku's successor. She tracks him, following the pattern of slave liberations. Sabotage separatist operations. She identifies Sovereign Station as a potential hiding place. Sets a trap. Christophosis. She spreads false intelligence. Major slave transport. Heading through the system. She waits with 50 commando droids and 10 bounty hunters. Anakin receives the intel through his network. He knows it's a trap, but he goes anyway. Confident. He arrives on Christophosis. His ship lands near the supposed transport site. He emerges. Alone. The transport is empty. Just Ventress. Standing in the center. Waiting. The ghost. Finally, I expected someone older. Anakin studies her. Recognizes her from Vader's memories. Everyone does. Dooku sends his regards. And a message. You'll die screaming. Anakin ignites his lightsaber. Blue blade. He said that? That's funny. I left him screaming. Ventress snarls. Ignites both her sabers. Red blades. She attacks. Jarkai technique. Dual blades. Fast. Aggressive. Overwhelming offense. But Anakin is Vader. He's fought countless darkside users. Ventress herself. Dooku. Maul. Savage Opress. He knows every move before she makes it. She's fast. Skilled. Relentless. But he's fought decades in a broken body. Learned perfect economy of motion. Now he has youth. Speed. He systematically breaks down her technique, using gem-so power attacks to overwhelm her speed. Within 3 minutes, she realizes she's outmatched. Within 5, she's desperate. He disarms her, literally. His blade cuts through her left wrist. She screams. Falls, stares at the stump. Anakin deactivates his saber, looks down at her. Go back to Dooku. Tell him I'm done playing with apprentices. If he wants me dead, he should come himself. Ventress gasps. You're making a mistake. Lord Sidious will. Lord Sidious is a coward hiding in the Senate. I'm not afraid of him, and you can tell him that too. He walks away. Her commando droids recover her. Carry her to a medical transport. She retreats, humiliated, enraged, terrified. 3 weeks later. Sovereign Station. Palpatine's patience has ended. Frustrated by Ventress's failure, he makes a bold move. Sends General Grievous personally. With a fleet. Orders. Destroy Sovereign Station. Kill everyone. Skywalker must die. Grievous arrives with overwhelming force. 3 frigates. 50 starfighters. 500 battle droids. He begins bombardment. Anakin is in the shop when the attack begins. Alarms blare. The station shakes. Mom! Get to the escape pods. Now. Shmi runs. Anakin helps evacuate civilians. Uses the Force to guide them. Protect them. Within minutes, the evacuation is complete. Escape pods launching. Anakin remains. Alone. Grievous leads a boarding party. Cutting through the hull with precision. Battle droids flood in. Anakin destroys them. effortlessly. Then Grievous himself enters. The cyborg general, 4 arms, 4 lightsabers, built for killing Jedi. Where is Skywalker? Anakin steps from the shadows. Right here. Grievous's eyes narrow behind his faceplate. You're just a boy. And you're just a droid with delusions. Grievous activates all 4 lightsabers. Red, green, blue, purple. Stolen from dead Jedi. He attacks. It's brutal. Grievous is a killing machine. 4 blades spinning. Overwhelming speed and power. But Anakin has fought him before. Knows his patterns. His weaknesses. He fights with 1 blade. Uses the Force to enhance speed and strength. They duel through the station's corridors. Anakin uses the environment. Force-pushing debris. Collapsing walls. Venting atmosphere. Grievous is relentless. But Anakin is smarter. He lures Grievous toward the reactor core. You can't defeat me, boy. I don't need to defeat you. I just need to slow you down. Anakin uses the Force to overload the reactor. The core goes critical. Grievous realizes the trap. Too late. The reactor explodes. Grievous is caught in the blast, severely damaged. Anakin escapes to his ship, rescues the escape pods, flees with Shmi and the survivors. Grievous survives, barely forced to retreat for extensive repairs. Sovereign Station is destroyed. Before fleeing, Anakin broadcasts a message across the holonet. Galactic-wide transmission. Every channel. Every world. This is Anakin Skywalker, the ghost of the Outer Rim. Today, the Separatists tried to kill me and innocent civilians. They failed. Count Dooku, General Grievous, and their master Darth Sidious are cowards who hide behind armies. I'm done hiding. If you want me, come and get me. But know this, I am the chosen one. I am your end. The galaxy reacts. The Republic is stunned. A Force user publicly challenging the Separatists. The Jedi Council is alarmed. Anakin revealed himself to the entire galaxy. Palpatine is furious. His secret identity, Darth Sidious, mentioned publicly. Qui-Gon contacts Anakin via encrypted channel. You've painted a target on yourself. Come to Coruscant. Let us protect you. Anakin's response is calm. The Jedi can't protect me from what's coming. But thank you, Master Jinn. Then what will you do? What I should have done a long time ago. I'm going after Sidious. Palpatine, as Chancellor, publicly denounces Anakin. This rogue Force user has disrupted peace negotiations and endangered civilian lives. The Republic cannot condone vigilantism. He frames Anakin as a dangerous radical, orders the Jedi to bring him in for questioning. The Jedi Council debates. Mace Windu, he's dangerous. We should apprehend him. Qui-Gon, he's fighting the Sith. He's on our side. Balanced he claims to be, but darkness. I sense in him, Obi-Wan, we should at least talk to him before making him an enemy. But Anakin doesn't wait for the Jedi to decide. He's spent months preparing, gathering evidence, building proof. Now he acts. He compiles everything. Palpatine's communications with Dooku, financial records linking Palpatine to separatist funding, recordings of Palpatine using the dark side, obtained by slicing his office security. Anakin knows the back doors. Vader installed them. He assembles it all into one devastating file. Then he broadcasts it. Across the entire holonet, every channel, every world, every senator, a holographic transmission, showing evidence, financial trails, recordings, communications, and Anakin's testimony. I am Anakin Skywalker, and I have proof that Chancellor Palpatine is the Sith Lord Darth Sidious. He orchestrated the Clone Wars, he created the Separatist movement, and he plans to destroy the Jedi and the Republic. I'm here to stop him. The galaxy erupts. Shock, disbelief, chaos. The Senate convenes in emergency session. Senators demanding answers. The Jedi Council investigates immediately. Palpatine denies everything. This is separatist propaganda, a smear campaign. Mace Windu and Qui-Gon examine it. Carefully. It's convincing. Mace admits. But how could he hide this for so long? He's a Sith Lord, Qui-Gon says quietly. They've hidden for 1,000 years. Reaches out through the Force. Senses Palpatine across the city. Sense the dark side in him, I do. But proof we need. Confront him we must. Mace assembles a strike team. Himself, Qui-Gon, Kit Fisto, Sabotaging. They go to arrest the Chancellor. Chancellor's office, high in the Senate building. Palpatine sits at his desk, calm, waiting. The Jedi enter. 4 masters, lightsabers ready. Mace speaks. Chancellor Palpatine, you are under arrest for treason against the Galactic Republic. Palpatine smiles, grandfatherly, kind. Are you threatening me, Master Jedi? The Senate will decide your fate. I am the Senate. Palpatine stands. The kindly mask drops. His eyes turn yellow, Sith eyes. You Jedi are so predictable, always reacting, never seeing the larger picture. He ignites a red lightsaber, hidden in his sleeve. I am Darth Sidious, and you are all going to die. He moves. Faster than thought. Form 7, Juyo. Pure aggression and hatred. He kills Kit Fisto and Sabotaging in 2 seconds. Before they can react, Mace and Qui-Gon engage. Mace uses Form 7, Vapod, channeling the darkness back at Palpatine. Qui-Gon uses Form 4, Ataru, acrobatic, flowing. They push Palpatine back, but he's too powerful, ancient, trained for decades. The most powerful Sith in a millennium. He unleashes Force lightning, blows out the windows. Glass shatters. The Republic will fall, the Jedi will die, and Skywalker will beg for mercy. He escapes, leaping through the broken window, into the Coruscant Undercity, vanishing. The Jedi stand in the ruined office. 2 masters dead. The Chancellor revealed as a Sith Lord. Everything has changed. While the Jedi fight Palpatine, Anakin's fleet arrives in Coruscant orbit. 50 ships, small, but deadly. Commandeered separatist vessels, donated Republic ships from loyal clones. Outer Rim freighters retrofitted for combat. He's assembled them over months. Clone Commander Cody, Captain Rex, freed slaves, all loyal to him. They broadcast, "We stand with the Jedi. We stand against the Sith." The Republic fleet hesitates, unsure. Are they allies or enemies? Cody's voice on all channels. All units stand down. The Ghost is here to help. Anakin lands at the Jedi Temple. The Council is assembled. Emergency session. Yoda looks at him. Arrive, you have. Warned us, you did. But at what cost? The cost of truth. Palpatine is exposed. Now we end him. Obi-Wan steps forward. How did you know? How could you possibly have known he was a Sith? Anakin meets his eyes. Because I've lived the future where he won, where he killed you all, where he turned the Republic into an empire. I've seen it. And I came back to stop it. Silence. Mace Windu's voice is hard. That's impossible. Qui-Gon speaks quietly, unless the Force showed him visions, or something more. Anakin looks at each of them. Not visions. Memories. I died fighting the Sith, and the Force gave me a second chance. Send me back. Let me rewrite what went wrong. Yoda's eyes widen. The Chosen One. Truly the Chosen One you are. Balance you bring, but not as we expected. I'm sorry I couldn't do it your way, but the Jedi path would have led to my fall. I had to find another way. Qui-Gon nods slowly, understanding. The living Force, it guided you. It saved me from myself. Palpatine flees Coruscant via secret tunnels, reaches a hidden shuttle. He contacts the Separatists. Execute Order 66 override. Kill all Jedi. The inhibitor chips activate, and nothing happens. The clones hear the command. The chips try to force obedience, but Anakin's reprogramming holds. The chips grant clarity instead of control. Clone Commander Cody hears the order, feels the chip activate, feels it try to force him to kill General Kenobi. He resists, easily, turns to his men. Ignore that order. It's Sith manipulation. Captain Rex does the same. The chips, they tried to make us kill Jedi, but we're free. We choose. Across the galaxy, the clones refuse. Order 66 fails. Palpatine's rage is absolute. For the first time, he's truly afraid. His plan is collapsing. The clones won't obey. The Jedi know his identity. Anakin Skywalker, the one who should have been his greatest weapon, is his greatest enemy. He flees to his secret base, a Sith temple hidden beneath Coruscant's moon. Ancient, built by Darth Bane 1,000 years ago. Dark side power concentrated there. He sends a final broadcast, taunting, "You think you've won, Skywalker. The dark side is eternal. Come to me, face me, and I'll show you what power truly is." Anakin receives the transmission. The Jedi want to go with him. Mace, Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, Yoda. "Let me go alone. This is my burden, my destiny." Qui-Gon shakes his head. "No Jedi faces the darkness alone. I'm not a Jedi." Anakin's voice is firm. "And I won't let anyone else die for my mistakes. Palpatine wants the chosen one. He's going to get Darth Vader. And this time Vader isn't his slave. Go, you may. But alone, you are not. The Force. With you it is." Anakin takes his ship, flies to the moon. The Sith temple rises from barren rock, ancient. Covered in dark runes, he lands, walks inside. The darkness is overwhelming. The temple amplifies dark side power. Seductive. Promising strength, Anakin feels it pulling at him, whispering, offering everything, but he's felt it before, was consumed by it for 23 years. Not again. He walks deeper, finds Palpatine in the central chamber. The Sith Lord stands waiting. Yellow eyes burning, red lightsaber ignited. "Anakin Skywalker, the slave who became a ghost. You could have been my greatest apprentice. I was your apprentice, in another life, and it destroyed me." Palpatine smiles. "Ah, so it's true. You've seen the future. Then you know, the dark side is inevitable. Your fall is inevitable. In that future, you twisted me with fear. Fear of losing Padmé, but I haven't met her yet. I haven't loved her yet. You have no leverage." Palpatine uses Sith sorcery, shows Anakin visions. Padmé dying in childbirth, the Jedi temple burning, Luke fighting Vader. "This is your destiny. You cannot escape it." Anakin closes his eyes, breathes. "You're wrong. I've already changed destiny. I freed myself. I freed the clones. I exposed you. The future I saw is dead. Then you've doomed the galaxy to chaos. The Jedi are weak. The Republic is corrupt. Only through my empire could there be order. Order through tyranny isn't order. It's slavery. And I'm done with slavery." They fight. Palpatine is fast, erratic, brutal. Form 7. Juyo, unpredictable and vicious. Anakin counters with Form V. Gemso, power and precision. The temple shakes. The Force energy is overwhelming. Light and dark clashing. They're evenly matched in blade work. Decades of Palpatine's experience versus Vader's knowledge. In a young body, Palpatine abandons the lightsaber, uses pure Sith sorcery, Force lightning. Massive. Enough to destroy buildings. Anakin deflects with his blade, like Mace Windu did. Telekinetic attacks. Temple debris flying, trying to crush him. Anakin uses Force barriers, protects himself, throws debris back. Dark side fear, trying to break Anakin's mind, show him his worst nightmares. Anakin uses light side healing, counters the corruption. He realizes he can't win with just light or just dark. He needs both. He channels them simultaneously. Light side for defense and healing, dark side for attack and strength. The balance incarnate. Palpatine's eyes widen. "Impossible. You're using both sides. I'm the chosen one. I bring balance. And you are the imbalance." Anakin taps into his full potential. What Vader could have been. Uninjured body. Unbroken will. Uncompromised connection to the Force. He uses a technique Vader never could. Force light. Rare light side ability that harms dark side beings, combined with dark side rage. A paradox of power. Palpatine screams as the light burns him. He unleashes his full power. Storm of Force lightning. Enough to level the temple. Anakin is hit. Thrown back. Burns covering his arms. For a moment, he's back in the suit. Burning on Mustafar. The Emperor's lightning coursing through him. Luke dying. He could give in. Use the dark side fully. Destroy Palpatine with Sith fury. But that would make him Vader again. Instead, he chooses balance. He stands, burned but alive. He doesn't use his lightsaber. He reaches out with the Force, and does something Palpatine never expected. He forgives him. You're a slave too, Sheev. A slave to the dark side. And I free you. Anakin uses the light side to sever Palpatine's connection to the dark side. It's like ripping out his soul. Palpatine collapses, powerless. His body withers, aging rapidly without the dark side sustaining him. No, no, I am the Sith. I am eternal, not even darkness. Palpatine disintegrates into ash. The temple crumbles, dark side energy collapsing. Anakin escapes, barely. The temple falls behind him. The Jedi arrive. Rush in. Find Anakin wounded but alive. Palpatine's ashes scattered. Yoda stares. Defeated him you have. Balance you brought. The chosen one you are. I only did what I should have done the first time. Qui-Gon helps him up. The Force brought you back, gave you a second chance, and you used it to save us all. The Force gave me a chance to be better than I was. I'm still trying to be worthy of it. The galaxy reacts. The Senate is in chaos. But with Palpatine dead and the evidence undeniable, the truth emerges. The Separatist leadership fractures without Sidious orchestrating both sides. Count Dooku, maimed and broken, surrenders. Without his master, he has nothing left. The Clone Wars end. Negotiations begin. Peace talks. The clones are granted citizenship. Anakin's gift to them. 1 year later, the Republic has reformed. New constitution. Safeguards against executive overreach. Padmé Amidala leads the reform movement. 21 years old. Brilliant. Compassionate. The Jedi Order evolves. They recognize their mistakes. Detachment. Dogma. Arrogance. They begin accepting married Jedi. Training in balance, not just light. Yoda steps down from the council. Learn from our failure, we must. Changed, the order will be. Anakin doesn't join the Jedi, but works with them. Operates as a consultant, called in for the toughest missions. He trains young Force sensitives in the Outer Rim, those who don't want traditional Jedi training, teaches them balance. He continues liberating slaves across the galaxy, becomes known as the Guardian. A legend, over the year he and Padmé grow close. They work together on relief efforts, war-torn worlds, refugees, rebuilding. She's fascinated by his philosophy of balance. He's terrified of repeating the past. One night on Naboo, lake country, beautiful, peaceful. They walk along the water's edge. Padmé speaks. You've never told me the full story. About your visions, about the future you saw. Anakin stops walking, looks at her. In another life, in another timeline, you were my wife. Padmé's eyes widen. What? I loved you. I married you in secret, and my fear of losing you turned me into a monster. I became Darth Vader. I killed the Jedi. I helped Palpatine enslave the galaxy. And I killed you. Silence. Just the water lapping against the shore. Is that why you've been so distant? You're afraid you'll hurt me again. I know I will. I know I'm capable of terrible things. Padmé takes his hand. Anakin. That was another timeline. Another you. The man I know freed slaves, stopped a war, killed a Sith Lord. You're not a monster. You're a hero. I'm both. I carry both futures inside me, and I'm terrified the darkness will win. Then don't fight it alone. Choose me freely, and let me choose you freely. No prophecy, no fear. Just us. He looks at her, sees the woman he loved, the woman he killed, the woman who could save him. I love you. I've always loved you. But I can't trap you in my destiny. Then don't. Make a new destiny. With me. They kiss. Unlike the original timeline. Secret. Rushed. Fearful. This marriage is public. Celebrated. Attended by Jedi. Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan stand with Anakin. Attended by freed slaves from across the galaxy. Witnesses to the Guardian's compassion. A symbol of hope and love. Qui-Gon speaks at the wedding. Anakin Skywalker was prophesied to bring balance to the Force. We Jedi interpreted that to mean he'd destroy the Sith. We were right, but also wrong. He brought balance by refusing to be defined by light or dark, by choosing love over fear, by teaching us that the Force is not a code, but a living thing, and that we must live fully to honor it. Yoda gives his blessing. Bless this union, the Force does. Two souls united, A balance achieved. In love, true strength there is. Shmi sits in the front. Free, healthy, happy, she whispers. You did it, Ani. You saved yourself. Anakin and Padmé have twins. Luke Skywalker, Leia Skywalker. Born healthy, raised with both parents. In peace, not war. Anakin teaches them balance in the Force. Padmé teaches them compassion and service. Shmi is their beloved grandmother. They grow up free, safe, loved. Luke becomes a Jedi, but one who embraces emotion and love. Leia becomes a senator, then Chancellor, reforms the Republic further. Together, they ensure the galaxy stays free. Years later, Anakin visits Tatooine one last time, stands where the slave quarters used to be. The twin suns set, painting the desert in orange and red. He's 40 now, gray in his hair, lines on his face, but healthy, whole, free. He reaches out through the Force, senses Qui-Gon, a Force ghost now. Still guiding, Qui-Gon's voice, you did it, Anakin. You brought balance, not by destroying the dark side, but by proving you could walk in both light and dark without being consumed. I had help. I had you. I had my mother. I had Padmé. And I had the Force giving me a second chance. The Force doesn't give second chances lightly. You earned it. By choosing, every day, to be better than you were. Anakin looks at his hands. Flesh. No cybernetics. No scars. He remembers Vader, the suit, the pain, the darkness. But that's not who he is anymore. He's Anakin Skywalker, husband, father, guardian, free. At home on Naboo, Padmé waits. Luke and Leia visit with their families. A family gathering. Multiple generations. All alive. All together. Luke asks, Dad, you've never told us the full story. How did you know how to stop Palpatine? Anakin looks at Padmé. She nods. I lived a life I'm not proud of. A life where I failed everyone. But the Force gave me a chance to rewrite it. And I did. Not perfectly, but with love. Leia, what happened in that other life? In that life, I became Darth Vader. A Sith Lord. A slave to evil. But in the end, my son, another version of you, Luke, saved me. He reminded me that there's always light, even in the darkest darkness. And that lesson brought me here, to this moment, with all of you. Padmé takes his hand. You're not Darth Vader anymore. No, I'm Anakin Skywalker, husband, father, guardian, and I'm free. The Force hums in approval. Balance achieved. A family whole. A galaxy saved. The chosen one, no longer bound by prophecy or fear, finally found what he'd been searching for all along. Peace. Let us know what you'd like to see next.